So Escape to the Country returns tomorrow, but if you fancy a trip on the Orient Express, hop aboard for a new series challenging chefs to put your menu where your mouth is at the new time 3:15. First on BBC One, Earlier Than Build, here's Nick Knowles.
Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind the screen are 4 contestants who'll be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello and welcome to the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, we'll find out which one of them has been randomly selected to join me here to play perfection. They'll then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said the flag of Lebanon features a tree at its centre, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hello, my name is Mark. I'm from Catterick Garrison. I'm a landscape gardener, and this is my first game.
Hi, I'm Louise. I'm from London. I'm an accountant, and this is my second game.
Hello, my name is Linda. I live in Hitchin, Hertfordshire. I'm a supply teacher, and this is my 4th game.
Hi, I'm Aubrey from Burton-on-Trent. I'm a brewery worker, and this is my 12th game.
Welcome to you all, and best of luck as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play perfection. Linda, it's you! You've been chosen to play. Come down and play perfection. Linda, welcome to the show. Tell us a bit more about yourself.
Well, I'm working as a supply teacher at the moment, but I would like to start my own business.
Doing what?
I'd like to set up a Reiki business, which is a holistic therapy.
All right, well, Linda, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. Now they're your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund, because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game, where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total, and you don't want that to happen, do you?
I don't want that to happen.
Every game on perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news. Nobody's won the past 6 games, so the prize fund currently stands at £7,000. So where's the money going? To opening your own business, doing the Reiki thing?
Doing the Reiki thing, and I'd also... My mum's 80 next year. I'd like to take her on a holiday.
Oh, that'd be nice. Where do you want to go? Anywhere in particular?
New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Yes.
Could she pick any further away to go?
No, she couldn't.
All right, well, good luck with that. Here's
you.
how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects here will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final that much harder. More of that to follow later. Usual suspects, as much as it breaks my heart, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. Cheerio. And away they go. Each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds. And once you've given your answers, the first answer, they'll be locked in.
Right.
You ready?
Yes.
Good, then let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Duran Duran formed in Birmingham.
False.
False. The Canadian territory of Yukon borders Alaska.
True.
True. +4s are worn around the neck.
False.
False. And finally, Michael French plays Adam Truman in Casualty.
True.
True, and with loads of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. And very directly, no thinking, no messing about, no umming and ahhing. No. False, true, false, true. So was that a good round for you?
Yeah, not bad.
Excellent. Well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. Now, don't forget, they'll be able to hear what you're saying. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Linda's answers. Aubrey, how has she done? Has she achieved perfection?
No, Nick, she hasn't achieved perfection. I know one that is definitely wrong.
Which one?
Duran Duran were formed in Birmingham.
OK, Linda, at the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Just 2 out of 4. Not bad, but nowhere near good enough to achieve perfection. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. OK, usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Linda's answers. You need to change 2 of them.
A's definitely wrong.
I never
Mark
watched
French is
Special
in
Team.
Casualty.
Or is he in Holby City, actually?
Yes, I think you're right, yes. We've worked it out, Nick, that A is wrong. We'd like to change that from false to true.
A goes from false to true.
And D from true to false.
And D from true to false, leaving B and C as Linda first answered. Let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Duran Duran formed in Birmingham. True or false? True. You were certain of that, weren't you, Aubrey?
Yes, Nick.
The Canadian territory of Yukon borders Alaska. Is it true or false? It is true. +4s are worn around the neck. True or false? False, of course. They're a form of trousers worn around the legs. Michael French plays Adam Truman in Casualty. Is it true or false? It's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Actually, he plays Nick Jordan in Casualty. So you went about it the wrong way, but you ended up with the correct answer in the end. Yeah. So, Linda, they've managed to succeed where you failed, and unfortunately that means they've stolen the round. Linda, this is your final board. Okay. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Behind each category will be a true or false statement, and you'll need to answer correctly all 6 to win the prize fund. Here are your final round categories. They range from directors through to Queen Victoria and many others in between. Now, because the usual suspects nicked it off you, they choose the 2 categories hoping to make the final harder for you to win. Usual suspects, which 2 do you fancy for Linda to play in the final?
I'm with the idea of trying to help out, trying to make them easy so we can maybe make a share. Now, if Linda's thinking about going to New Zealand, maybe she knows a bit about Australia.
Australia then, please, Nick.
Australia goes across.
Madonna.
And one more.
I thought Madonna.
Did you?
Yeah, it's just a topic that we could do well on.
And Madonna then, please, Nick.
And Madonna goes across too. So those are the 2 subjects. And you're not worried with this theory, Mark, that with what you're doing, she might be able to manage all on her own and not need any of you?
Well, I just think even if it's easy subjects, 6 is still a bit difficult. There might just be 1. And if there is just 1, then we might come into play. OK, well done, usual suspects. You won the round. It's time to switch you off, but we will see you in round 2. Linda, with the usual suspects gone, what do you think of the choices? Do you know anything about Australia?
Excellent. I'm really pleased with those.
You are pleased?
Yeah.
You would have chosen that for yourself, would you?
Yes, I would.
And Madonna?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. All right, Linda, well, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. So, are you ready for the next round?
I am.
OK, let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. The dish Peach Melba is named after a ballerina.
True.
True. Katy Perry married Russell Brand in Barbados.
False.
False. Constantinople is a former name for Istanbul.
True.
True. And finally, Captain Corelli's mandolin is set in Crete.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. Is it set in Crete? Yeah, true.
You're going with true. And with plenty of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements again. Now, that seemed to be going very well up until the last one.
The last one, I've seen the film a long time ago, and I'm not quite sure which island.
OK, well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back those usual suspects. Hello again, usual suspects. So, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Linda's answers. What do you think, Mark?
I think B's wrong. I have something in my mind that they did marry in Barbados.
Louise is shaking her head. She's
Well,
not convinced.
I've been known to be wrong before.
Aubrey, what do you think? Did Katy Perry marry Russell Brand in Barbados?
I think it was India, Nick.
Interesting. OK, Linda, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Just 2 out of 4 again. Unfortunately, you failed to achieve perfection.
Yes.
You've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game again.
Yeah.
Usual suspects, can you steal this round? You can see Linda's answers. You need to change 2 of them.
Constantinople was Istanbul.
And
so that
I'm
means
sure
A
D's
and D.
right.
Peach Melba, I think, is named after Nellie Melba, and I think she's an opera singer.
We have to change 2, and we're fairly certain that B's right.
B's right.
And I think we're all sure C's right, so that just leaves A and D.
A and D, yeah.
Right then, Nick, we're going to change A from true to false.
A goes from true to false.
And D from true to false.
D from true to false, leaving B and C as Linda answered. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. The dish Peach Melba is named after a ballerina. Linda said true. You've changed it to false, usual suspects. Is it true or false? It is false. Named after an opera singer. Louise, you're absolutely right. Dame Nellie Melba. Katy Perry married Russell Brand in Barbados. True or false? It is false. In India, they got married. Aubrey, right on again. Constantinople is a former name for Istanbul. Is it true or false? Yes, of course it's true. And finally, now that you know where this is going, Captain Corelli's mandolin is set in Crete. Is it true or false? Yep, it's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've achieved perfection. Capolonia, actually. Well, Linda, once again, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed.
Yeah.
And they've stolen the round. Let's see the final board. So, usual suspects, because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the next 2 categories to add to the board. Which 2 are you going to choose?
I'm going to do a choice myself this time, Nick. Mythology, please.
Mythology goes in as the 3rd. And what about your 4th?
Perhaps games?
That sounds good. I'll be
Yeah.
happy with that.
Yeah.
I agree with them then, Nick. Games, please.
Games goes across and becomes the 4th. Congratulations, usual suspects. It's time to switch you off, but we'll see you again in round 3. OK, Linda, with the usual suspects gone, mythology?
Not really, no.
Nah. Games?
Depends what sort.
Of course. OK, Linda, you ready for the next round?
I certainly am.
Then let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Seb Coe won medals at 3 Olympic Games.
False.
False. In Soviet Russia, Pravda was a daily newspaper.
True.
True. Hannah Spirit was a member of Steps.
False.
False. And finally, 10 million written in digits has 10 zeros.
False.
False. And with loads of time to spare, once again, you've answered all 4 statements very directly. No women and I'm very impressed. You got through all 3 rounds like that.
Yeah.
So that's a good round then.
Well, not necessarily.
You see, you answer it with such confidence that I assume you know the answers every time.
I know.
Well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back those pesky usual suspects.
Yeah.
So, usual suspects. These were the 4 statements, and next to them are Linda's answers. Louise, how's she done?
C's right because Hannah Spirit was in S Club, not Steps. D's right, so she very well may have got perfection.
The moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Linda, you've achieved perfection. Yes, you've done it. So, that's very good news, isn't it? Let's have a look at those answers. Seb Coe won medals at 3 Olympic Games. True or false? We now know, of course, that it is false. Just 2, 1980 and 1984. In Soviet Russia, Pravda was a daily newspaper. Turns out that's true. Hannah Spirit was a member of Steps. You said false. Absolutely right. It's false. She was in S Club 7, as Louise said.
Yeah.
And 10 million written in digits has 10 zeros. You said that's false. It is, of course, false. It is 7. So, let's have a look at your final board. 4 subjects chosen by the usual suspects so far, but because you won that round, you've earned the right to choose the last 2 categories to add to the board. So,
Okay.
which 2 would you like to play in the final?
I would like to choose reality TV.
Reality TV goes across.
Tennis, please.
And tennis. We now know our 6 final categories. They are Australia, Madonna, mythology, games, reality TV, and tennis. I wonder whether you've been too generous, usual suspects. We're about to find out. It's time to switch you off for the last time. And away they go. What do you think of your final board?
It could be worse.
Yeah.
The mythology, but there may be
overall-
a deal to be done, you know.
There may be
Yeah,
a deal to be
there
done.
may be
I
a
think
deal
that's
to
the
be
way
done.
they're thinking up there.
Yeah, maybe.
Linda, for £7,000, it's time to play the final. Linda, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of 7. £7,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects,
Yeah.
as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £8,000 on the next game. And do you want that to happen?
Oh, no.
No, you don't. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's play the final round. Linda, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £7,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit.
Right.
But once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in.
Okay.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Australia. Darwin is the capital of New South Wales.
False.
False. Madonna. Marlon Brando is mentioned in Madonna's Vogue.
True.
True. Mythology. In Norse myth, Valhalla is the god of war.
I think Valhalla is... I've done work on this is with the Vikings. I'm going true.
True. Games. Cribbage is a card game.
Never played it, but I think it is a card game. I'm going true.
True. Reality TV. Mark Owen won the first celebrity Big Brother.
False. Jack D won it, I think.
False. And finally, tennis. Steffi Graf won her last Grand Slam in 1999.
I'm going to have to say true, but I'm not sure about that one.
True.
Yes.
Linda, those answers are locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you worried about?
The bottom one, F.
F is the one you're worried about.
But when you look at them again, you just suddenly think...
You start to doubt yourself.
Yeah, you do start to doubt yourself.
All right, well, let's bring back the usual suspects to see what they've got to say.
Okay.
Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Linda's answers. Linda, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Linda has done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. Linda, who would you like to hear from first?
Aubrey.
There's 3 I'm not certain, so for that reason, I'm ruling myself out.
£7,000. Even if she offered you £6,000, you wouldn't want to come down.
At £6,000, I probably could be tempted, but I'd feel terrible with only leaving Linda £1,000 to take her mum on holiday. It wouldn't be enough.
Okay.
Who do you want to hear from next?
Louise.
Oh, Linda, I'm torn. There's one that I know definitely is wrong.
Okay.
But it's whether or not it's enough for me to come down there. I'm very tempted. I'll lay my cards on the table now.
Well, interesting.
Okay.
Do you want to hear from someone else first, or do you want to...
Okay, I'll hear what Mark's got to say.
I think you've definitely got 4 right, but the 2 that I'm not too sure of, you may have right or wrong. I don't know. I can't help you.
Okay.
Well, that's Mark definitely out of the equation, Aubrey definitely out of the equation, possibly Louise, but I think you're going to have to start chucking money at her to get her down here if she's going to help out.
Louise, £2,000?
I would want at least half.
Okay, I'll give you half.
But Linda, there's one that I'm just not sure on.
The offer's £3,500 to come down and join in, Louise.
I don't think I can do it. I'm so sorry, Linda.
So you're saying no, Louise?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's a no.
Do you know the money almost got her, but in actual fact, in the end, she just wasn't confident enough to come. So I'm afraid it seems that Mark, Louise and Aubrey have all turned you down.
Okay.
None of our usual suspects are willing to help, so
Okay.
you're on your own.
Okay.
There's every chance you've got them right already. £7,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Now that they're all locked in, Louise, which one was it that you were worried about?
I would have changed the Norse mythology one because I think Valhalla is a place rather than a god. And Mark Owen, I think he did win it.
All right, well, let's start at the top. Darwin is the capital of New South Wales. You said false. We need that to turn red to get you off to a good start. Is it true or false? It is, of course, false. Very good. In fact, it is the capital of Northern Territories. Marlon Brando is mentioned in Madonna's Vogue. Is it true or false? It's true. In Norse myth, Valhalla is the god of war. Now, this is the one that Louise would have come down and got you to change. And you might have changed that one?
Yeah, I would have changed that if she'd have said yeah.
Let's skip over it then. Cribbage is a card game. You said it's true. If you're right, it will turn green. Is it true or false? Well. £7,000, and you've got 3 correct answers. You're halfway there. Mark Owen won the first Celebrity Big Brother. Now, if Louise had have come down, she'd have tried to get you to change that.
I'm sure Jack D won it.
So you'd have stuck with it at false. This will be interesting, won't it, to see how this one goes. If you're right, it'll go red. If Louise is right, it'll go green. So, Mark Owen won the first Celebrity Big Brother. True or false? We want it to turn red. It is false. It was Jack D. So 4 out of 4, 2 away from £7,000. Let's get to the last one, the one that you were worried about in the round.
Yes.
You said was a bit of a guess. Steffi Graf won her last Grand Slam in 1999. We need this to turn green to keep you on course for the £7,000. True or false? True. Brilliant, Linda. You are 1 away from £7,000. The question is now, did you need Louise's help or didn't you? You would have changed it, you said, if she'd have come down. Maybe you didn't need her help. Certainly, by sticking to your guns over the Mark Owen question, you were right. I wonder where this is going to go. You are 1 away from the £7,000. 1 away from the holiday in New Zealand. Taking your mum away. I hope this is right for you. In Norse myth, Valhalla is the god of war. You said that was true. Louise would have got you to change that, but now we need it to be true. We need it to turn green. For you to have a full house of 6 correct answers, achieve perfection, and win the money. In Norse myth, Valhalla is the god of war. Is that true or false? For £7,000. It's false. You were that close to winning it. You just needed to change that one and you'd have won it. As it is, I'm afraid you haven't achieved perfection and therefore you're not going home with the cash. But Louise, you're not going home with the cash either. And if you'd have come down and taken the chance, you would have been walking out of here with £3,500.
Yep. I just wasn't brave enough.
If only you could have talked her into it.
I know.
But that's the way the game goes.
Yep.
I'm afraid you don't achieve perfection, you don't win the money. Usual suspects, that is good news for you, though. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £8,000. Linda, you have failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing, but I hope you enjoyed playing.
Oh, I've had a tremendous day.
Lovely. Linda, everybody.
Thank you.
Well, it's now time to meet the next usual suspect hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Pam. I'm from Nottingham and I'm an office worker.
OK, best of luck to you as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play perfection. Louise, it's you that's been picked. Please come down and play perfection. Louise, welcome to the game.
Hello.
Excited to be down here?
Yes.
Ready to win some money?
Very.
Accountancy, you'll know what to do with the money, obviously.
I will.
A little bit on the dull side, isn't it? Or do we have completely the wrong idea of accountants?
You've just got the wrong idea, Nick.
Really?
Yeah, we're a right fun bunch.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you would recommend, if you want a fun life, get yourself into accountancy?
Get yourself into accountancy, get yourself a calculator, and it's all go from there.
OK, well, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates, now they're your enemies. Here's the good news. As nobody has won the past 7 games, the prize fund currently stands at £8,000. 3 rounds of the final to come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. But as soon as Louise makes a mistake, you will be back in the game. Cheerio. There they go. You ready?
Yes.
Then let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds start now. The B in scuba stands for body.
I'm not sure, but I'm going to go for true.
True. The widgeon is a type of duck.
Oh, never heard of it. I'm going to go for false.
False.
Yeah.
Geraldine McQueen is a Steve Coogan creation.
I think that's Peter Kay. I'm going to go for false.
False. And finally, Kevin Keegan managed Liverpool FC in the 90s.
Oh, I think he managed them at some time. Was it the 90s? Oh, go for true.
True. And with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Was that a good round?
It was okay. I think there's one in there, at least one that's wrong.
OK, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, time to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Louisa's answers. Pam, how's she done?
She might have D wrong. I can't recall Kevin Keegan managing Liverpool in the 90s.
Mark, what do you think?
I think she definitely hasn't got perfection, Nick. She's got A and D definitely wrong. The B stands for breathing apparatus. And Keegan's famous for slouching over the advertising boards when Liverpool beat Newcastle, when he's a Newcastle manager and not a Liverpool manager.
Louise, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Just 1 out of the 4. Certainly not perfection, and that means you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal this round? You can see Louise's answers. You need to change 3 of them. Which 3?
Geraldine McQueen was created by Peter Kay.
So it's the other
on a
3.
process of elimination, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can we change A from true to false, please,
A from
Nick?
true to false. Yep.
B from false to true.
Yep.
And D from true to false.
And D from true to false. Leaving C as answered by Louise. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. The B in scuba stands for body. True or false? Yeah, it is false. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus is what it stands for. The widgeon is a type of duck. True or false? Yes, actually true. Geraldine McQueen is a Steve Coogan creation. True or false? Yeah, it's false. Peter Kay, absolutely right, everybody up there. So you know where this is going, don't you? Kevin Keegan managed Liverpool FC in the 90s. True or false? Yep, it's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've achieved perfection. He's never managed Liverpool. Played for Liverpool, never managed Liverpool. Oh dear, Louise, they managed to succeed where you failed. They've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Louise's chances of winning the prize fund that much harder in the final. And here's how. Louise, this is your final board appearing. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are the final round categories, ranging from 1970s films onto fashion and many more in between. Because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they choose the 2 categories, hoping to make the final that much more difficult for you to win. Usual suspects, which 2 would you like Louise to play in the final?
I would go for periodic table.
Periodic table then,
Yeah.
please, Nick.
Periodic table goes across first. And the next one?
Pop singers.
Yeah.
We'll give her pop singers, please, Nick.
Pop singers, why?
Because I know a lot about pop.
OK. Well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. It's time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. And away they go. They can't hear you now. So what do you think of their choices? Periodic table
I actually don't mind that.
and pop singers?
Definitely. But,
Happy with that?
Yeah, I would have
Played
chosen that
into
for
your
myself.
hands, haven't they?
Indeed.
OK, well, not so bad then in the end. You ready for the next round?
I am.
OK, let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. The gunpowder plot was a plan to kill Elizabeth I.
False. It was James or something.
False.
Yes.
Split is a seaport in Poland.
I think that's false. I think it's in Croatia. I think false.
False. The centre of an Olympic archery target is gold.
Oh, goodness. I don't know if I've ever seen one. I'm going to say... Oh, true.
True. And finally, Amanda Holden was a contestant on Blind Date.
Oh, goodness me. Oh, gosh.
Not much time.
True.
True. And just before you ran out of time, you answered all 4 statements. That last one was a bit of a rush, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one at all.
All right, well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects. These are the 4 statements, and next to them are Louise's answers. Mark, how's she done?
I believe she's got perfection. I think she's got it.
Aubrey?
I believe Louise is going to be picking two of her own subjects because she's got perfection.
Pam?
Yeah, I entirely agree.
What a vote of confidence from the usual suspects. It looks like you're going to be choosing your own subjects, they say. Well, Louise, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out if that's just what you've done. How many do you have correct? Congratulations, you've achieved perfection. Wow, what a cracking round for you. Let's run through those answers. The gunpowder plot was a plan to kill Elizabeth I. It is, of course, false. It was a plan to try and kill James I. Split is a seaport in Poland. You said that was false. You thought it might be where?
Croatia, I think.
Croatia. Well, it is false. And it is in Croatia. Very good geography there. The centre of an Olympic archery target is gold. You said that was true. You weren't sure. Bit of a guess.
Complete guess.
But it is absolutely true. And Amanda Holden was a contestant on Blind Date. She was. Great round for you. Bad luck, guys. Didn't get a look in, did you?
No.
Played it very well, Louise. And as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier. Let's take a look at your final board. So which two do you fancy?
Okie dokie, Nick. Anyone that knows me knows that I like my food. So I'm going to go for odd foods.
Odd foods goes across.
Yep. And then let's go for fashion.
Fashion becomes the 4th subject. Cracking effort. OK, usual suspects. You didn't get much of a look in there. I'm now going to switch you off, but we'll see you in the next round. And away they go. That went very well for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
And considering they've chosen a couple that you quite like in the first two, that's looking like a good final board, isn't it?
Fingers crossed, Nick.
You ready to go on?
Yes, please.
OK, let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. On a standard dartboard, 3 is directly opposite 20.
No idea whatsoever. So I'll just get right into it and say true.
True. The Hindu Kush is a river in Pakistan.
Oh, never heard of it. False.
False.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds starred in the film Green Lantern.
Oh, one I know. Or do I? Yes, I think it's true.
True. And finally, Seth Pecksniff is a character in Bleak House.
No, I didn't read that one. No idea. I'm going to go for false.
False. And with a little time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Before we reveal exactly how well you've done, time to bring back those usual suspects. Usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Louise's answers. Aubrey, what do you think?
I believe Louise has got perfection again, and if she hasn't, I'd say D was wrong.
Right, so, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct.
Wow.
Congratulations, Louise, you've achieved perfection. So 4 out of 4, another perfect round. That was what you were aiming for. That's what you've managed to achieve. Let's run through them. On a standard dartboard, 3 is directly opposite 20. You said true. It is, of course, true. The Hindu Kush is a river in Pakistan. It is, of course, false. It's a mountain range, in actual fact. Ryan Reynolds starred in the film Green Lantern. You said true, and sure enough, it was true. And Seth Pecksniff is a character in Bleak House. You said that's false. Bit of a guess.
Big guess.
Nonetheless, it was a guess that was correct. It is false. He's in Martin Chuzzlewit.
Right.
So, let's have a look at your final board. Here it comes. 4 subjects on there, 2 to choose, and because you won that round, you've earned the right to choose those last 2 categories. What are they going to be?
I'm going to go for websites.
Websites.
And bones.
And bones.
Yes,
OK.
please.
We now know our 6 final categories. They are periodic table, pop singers, odd foods, fashion, websites, and bones. It's time to switch off the usual suspects for the last time. See ya. Louise, like that?
I'm OK with that.
Decent chance here, isn't there?
We'll see.
No, be positive because there's £8,000 to play for. And it is time to play the final. Louise, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £8,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which of course would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £9,000 on the next game. Let's play the final round. Louise, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £8,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit. But once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Periodic table. Oxygen has the atomic number 1.
Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna go for true, Nick.
True.
I'm gonna go for true.
Pop singers. Amy Winehouse's debut album was called Honest.
I don't know what her debut album was, but I think Honest might have been one of her albums. What do I do? What do I do? I'm going to say true, Nick.
True.
Yeah.
Odd foods now. Kopi Luwak is a very hot variety of chili.
I've got no idea and I hate chili. I'm going to say false, for no particular reason.
False.
That's right.
Fashion. Versace designed Liz Hurley's safety pin dress.
That's true. That's true.
True. Straight in with that one.
Yes.
Websites. Goop.com is Gwyneth Paltrow's website.
Wow. Gwyneth something Paltrow. This is a hard one. I'm going to say... I can't imagine what the O's might mean, so I'm going to go for false.
False.
Yes.
And finally, bones. The kneecap is sometimes called the patella.
I know this one because I've got a disease of the kneecap.
I'm
And
very excited about
I'm
it.
very pleased about that. I tell everyone I know that I've got chondromalacia patella, and it's true.
True. Nice that something good can come out
Can
of
come
it.
with my disease, yes.
I'm pleased for you. OK, well, Louise, those answers are now locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you worried about?
I just don't know, Nick. Versace, I think, is right. So D's right. I think F's right. All the others, I'm just not sure about. I
Really?
can't even pretend. Yeah, I'm not
Tough
sure.
questions for you.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Louise's answers. Louise, your answers are locked in, and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Louise, who would you like to hear from first?
Let's go for our veteran, Aubrey.
Well, Louise, 4, I'm not certain about whatsoever. I'm not coming down.
Aubrey has ruled himself out. Who do you want to hear from next?
Mark, please.
Louise, I know you definitely have not got perfection, because I can see one that is definitely wrong. You are quite a clever person. I'm making a big gamble there, but I'll come down for 5,000.
You can still talk to Pam before you make a decision.
Yeah, let's... Pam, if you could show your hand, please.
I don't think you've achieved perfection, Louise. We could negotiate if Mark didn't want to come down.
Well, I am willing to go for 4,000.
Yeah.
You have 2 offers. Pam will come down for half of your 8,000. Mark wants 5,000.
I don't think I've got perfection there. I think I'm going to need some help. I'm going to ask for Mark to come and help me, please.
You've chosen Mark, even though he's asking for more?
Yeah, I think he might be able to help me more. No offence, Pam.
OK, so negotiations have been agreed. Mark, for £5,000 of the £8,000, please come and join us. OK, Louise, you've asked Mark for help, and if you achieve perfection, it will cost you £5,000 of your potential prize fund of £8,000. Mark, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. Have you made the right decision? Well, we're about to find out. Here are the final round statements. All 6 answers are now unlocked. Mark, which answers do you want Louise to change?
I think that A is hydrogen.
I did start to doubt myself on that one.
I'm certain about A. I'm certain about B. And
You
F.
are certain about B?
Honest, I'm sure I've got it, and I think it's called Honest.
Oh, OK. I'm certain on D.
What were you not sure about?
I wasn't sure about the Goop one. I was 50-50.
So where do you want to start? Do you want to change that one on the top?
Yes, change that to false, please.
OK, so A changes from true to false. Goop, that's the other one you've been discussing?
This one, I'm starting to think it's true, Nick. I'm changing it to true. Sorry if I'm wrong.
Don't worry, Louise, I don't mind.
I feel I've heard it somewhere.
Goop.com is Gwyneth Paltrow's website. You want to change that one?
Yeah, please change that to true.
E changes from false to true. You ready to lock them in?
I am.
B, C, D and F stay the same and they're locked in. £8,000 at stake, £3,000 to Louise, £5,000 to Mark. You're 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Let's start at the top. That seems a sensible place to start. A, oxygen has the atomic number 1. Louise, you said it was true. Mark came down to convince you that it's false. You changed to false. You need this to turn red. Oxygen has the atomic number 1. Is it true or false? It's false.
Well done, Mark. Well done.
Yes, in actual fact, hydrogen, as you said, Mark, has the atomic number 1. So, great start. You'd be nowhere if Mark hadn't come down to join in with you.
Absolutely.
We can look at E, which is the other one that you changed, which you took your own decision on, Louise. Goop.com is Gwyneth Paltrow's website. You said false to begin with, then after thinking about it, you changed to true. You need this to turn green. So, Goop.com is Gwyneth Paltrow's website. Is that true or false? Well, we've established that you needed each other. So, let's get back up to the top and work our way through. So, Amy Winehouse's debut album was called Honest. Louise, you thought it was true as a guess. Mark came down and said you got the album.
Whether it's the first one or not, I'm thinking.
Well, let's find out. Amy Winehouse's debut album was called Honest. You need it to turn green. Is it true or false? It's false. It was called Frank.
Oh.
I have to say, I thought you were well on your way. Having dealt with those other two, I thought you had a really good chance. Louise and Mark, I'm afraid that you didn't manage to achieve perfection. Have you still got a chance of achieving perfection at home on those questions? Let's have a look at the rest of them. Kopi Luwak is a very hot variety of chili. Is it true or false? Yeah, it is false, in actual fact. It's a very expensive coffee. Versace designed Liz Hurley's safety pin dress. Is it true or false? It's true. The kneecap is sometimes called a patella. Well, you've suffered from a kneecap illness, haven't you?
I do indeed.
So you know that this is about to turn green. Is it true or false? It is true. Oh, my word. Just one away, and it wasn't one that you really gave any consideration to. Usual suspects, that's great news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £9,000. Louise, Mark, you failed to achieve perfection and so therefore have to go home with no cash. But ladies and gentlemen, they played a great game, didn't they? Louise and Mark. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £9,000. But remember, 5 out of 6 just isn't good enough. On this show, we only pay for perfection. Goodbye.
A new series next today. BBC One challenges famous chefs to put your menu where your mouth is.